Very good afternoon on the 13th day of November 2025, and this is the Icu TV Lunchtime News. Stories making headlines. Zambia Dangote Group explore expanding investments in energy sector. Government assures public as fuel supply stabilizes. Zambia and the UAE sign tourism deal to boost investment in cultural exchange. In international news, at least 6 dead in Ghana military recruitment Stampede. And in our sports news, FAS confirms Friendlies for Chipolopolo and Copper Queens. Thank you so much for joining us on the news desk, and with the details, I am Meshek Njakwa Edgars. Zambia has hosted Dangote Group Chairman Aliko Dangote at State House to discuss expanding investments in the country. The meeting highlighted Dangote's role in African industry and his influence in driving continental economic growth. Talks focused on potential investments in Zambia's energy sector aimed at boosting job creation, industrial growth, and economic diversification. The partnership is seen as strategic to advancing the national development agenda. Government has reaffirmed its commitment to an investor-friendly environment and looks forward to deepening collaboration with the Dangote Group to promote long-term sustainable growth.
Without power, there's no growth. No growth without power anywhere. And then when you have power, you will actually unleash growth in the country. When you do that, you talk less when you go out there to campaign to tell people what you've done, because they will see what it is. They will actually feel it. It's not like education where it takes several years before you can see the benefit of it. But this one, once you give power, it gives other things, opportunities, GDP growth, and it will give a lot of disposable income, just like what you mentioned, Your Excellency, saying that, yes, today in Zambia, you are using rain-fed agriculture. So rain-fed agriculture, it means that you are going to do one season. But right now, you go to countries where they are doing 3 crops per season. So if you are going to do 3 crops, it means that something like maize, which you are good at, you'll actually flood the entire African continent with maize. So, but right now, a lot of people, they're importing, maize, African countries. And one of the things that I have to also say, Your Excellency, is that being a landlocked, for example, is actually a big opportunity for you, because you are.
The Ministry of Energy has acknowledged recent fuel shortages experienced in parts of the countries and assured the public that supply is now stabilizing. As of 11th November 2025, Zambia had over 57 million liters of diesel and 40 million liters of petrol in reserve. The ministry clarified that the shortages were due to logistical challenges, not a lack of stock. And the government has put in place measures that prevent the future disruptions and has apologized for the inconvenience caused to citizens.
Fellow countrymen, women and the youths, I wish to update the fuel supply situation in the country. The Ministry of Energy acknowledges reports of fuel shortages experienced across the country over the past few days. Following these reports, the ministry has put in place short and long-term measures to address the problems and prevent their recurrence. The ministry further wishes to inform the nation that as of yesterday, Tuesday, 11th November 2025, the country had 57,385,360 liters of diesel and 40,082,000 liters of petrol. The temporal supply disruptions were purely logistical and not as a result of depleted reserves. The ministry expects the situation to stabilize soon as normal fuel supply resumes across the country. The government apologizes to the public for the inconvenience caused and assures the nation of its continued commitment to maintain a stable and reliable supply of petroleum products throughout Zambia. I thank you very much, countrymen, women, and the youths.
Zambia and the United Arab Emirates have signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen cooperation in tourism on the sidelines of the UN Tourism General Assembly in Saudi Arabia. The agreement aims to promote tourism investment, cultural exchange, and industry innovation. The deal was signed by Zambia's Tourism Minister Rodney Sikumba and UAE Tourism Minister Abdullahi Bintuk Al-Mari. Both countries agreed to collaborate in culinary tourism, extended stays, and ease boost in visa numbers. This partnership builds on United Arab Emirates' existing investments in Zambia's mining and hospitality sectors and supports Zambia's 8th National Development Plan to position tourism as the driver of economic diversification. Health Minister Elijah Muchima has launched a SADC Malaria Week to strengthen efforts towards a malaria-free region. The campaign, under the theme Resilient Health Systems and Communities, highlights regional community in fighting malaria. Beauty Konde gives us more in this report.
Minister of Health, Dr. Elijah Muchima, has officially launched SADC Malaria Week, a key regional initiative to end malaria and protect lives across Southern Africa under the global theme, Resilient Health Systems and Communities Key to Malaria Elimination. The event took place at Ndeke House in Lusaka. In his launch address, Minister Muchima underscored the urgent need for collective action in the fight against malaria, noting the strides made so far across the region and in Zambia.
As Zambia joins fellow Southern African Development Community SADC member states in commemorating SADC Malaria Week during this week of November, it is important to recognize that this period coincides with the start of increased malaria transmission session. This year, SADC Malaria Week is observed under the global theme, Resilient Health Systems and Communities Key to Malaria Elimination. Supported by the slogan, timely access to malaria services, everyone's right, end of quote. This theme highlights the critical importance of delivering quality health services as close to communities as possible, ensuring timely and equitable access for all. In marking this regional event, I'm pleased to provide an update to the nation on the current malaria situation in Zambia and to some extent share key advancements made in the fight.
Across the Southern African Development Community SADC region, roughly 83% of the population lives in malaria risk areas. According to recent regional data, millions of cases still occur each year. In one recent year, the region reported over 66.8 million malaria cases and more than 42,000 deaths. The launch of SADC Malaria Week signals a renewed call to action in the fight against malaria. The event will roll out a series of awareness campaigns, community outreach programs, and exhibitions highlighting innovative solutions for malaria prevention and treatment. Minister Muchima has further urged all stakeholders, governments, communities, civil society, and private sector partners to join forces, stressing that malaria is a preventable and treatable disease which can be defeated with concerted efforts. Reporting for Icu TV News, I am Beauty Nkonde.
Well, that item brings us to our first set of commercials, and coming after that is international news. Stay tuned.
Welcome to the Zambia Research and Development Center, an institution dedicated to national development through capacity building and community development. Established in 2007 by a group of professionals and lecturers, ZRDC has since become a hub of research and innovation in the country. Registered with the Ministry of Home Affairs under the Registrar of Societies, ZRDC pursues cutting-edge research to address pressing social and economic challenges. Get involved. ZRDC engages in activities that stimulate international collaboration, promote knowledge sharing, and make research expertise available to decision makers. Our mission at ZRDC is to foster innovation and capacity building for national development. We believe in addressing poverty and underdevelopment through institutional and capacity building, human empowerment, and gender participation. In our quest to foster innovation and capacity building for national development, ZRDC launched the ZRDC University Sponsorship for Capacity Building and Development Program to facilitate knowledge advancement among ZRDC researchers and those intending to join the research community. Qualified Zambian citizens can pursue education at credible universities in Zambia with guaranteed prospects of joining the ZRDC research community. ZRDC engages in industrial and technological research, covering research development and innovative investigations to drive dynamic industrial development at national and regional levels. Join us at the Zambia Research and Development Center as we continue to innovate, empower, and shape a brighter future for Zambia. ZRDC, fostering innovation and capacity building for national development.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. And now the international news. At least 6 people have died and 22 others are injured in a stampede at military recruitment held in Elwak Stadium in Accra, Ghana. Authorities say the tragedy was caused by a surge of applicants who breached security protocols. Thousands had gathered to apply for the military jobs, fueled by Ghana's high youth unemployment, and 5 of the injured remain in critical condition, while another crash incident was reported in Kumasi. The event was temporarily suspended after President John Mahama visited the injured. An investigation into the incident has been launched by the military. We go for another break, and still to come is sports news. Stay with us.
Did you know that mental health conditions are treatable and recovery is possible? Hi, I'm Ngenia Febamoyo. I'm your host on Let's Talk Mental Health. I invite you all to this show where you freely express yourself, and together we find a solution. For more details, you can contact 0777 93 73 92, and we'll be there to help you find solutions to whatever you're going through.
The Football Association of Zambia has announced the international friendlies for the Chipolopolo and Copper Queens ahead of the upcoming tournaments. The women's team will take part in 4 nation tournaments in Malawi from November 29th to December 2nd, featuring South Africa, Zimbabwe, and hosts Malawi. The men's team will face South Africa on November 15th and Angola on November 18th during the FIFA window. Power Dynamos and Zesco United players will be rotated to support the continental commitment. FAS also extended best wishes to the under-17 boys ahead of their round of 32 clash in Mali after the impressive group stage that included wins over Indonesia and Honduras and a draw with Brazil. Well, that sports item brings us to the end of the news, but before we let you go, here is a quick recap of the stories that made headlines. Zambia Dangote Group explore expanded investments in energy sector. Government assures public as fuel supply stabilizes. And in international news, at least 6 dead in Ghana military recruitment stampede. And finally, in sports news, FAS confirms friendlies for Chipolopolo and Copper Queens. Remember, the rainy season is upon us, and we advise you to wear protective clothes, keep warm, and carry an umbrella. Now, on behalf of the entire ICU TV crew, I have been Mishe Kinjakwa Edgars. But for these and other stories, feel free to visit us at www.icutvzm.com. Stay tuned for our next bulletin at 20 hours, and good afternoon. It was